call the Geneva Nuisance Committee meeting to order. Geneva Nuisance Committee meetings are now live streamed and recorded. Your participation in the meeting is your consent to the recording and rebroadcasting of the meeting on the town's YouTube channel. There are no minutes at this time for approval.
That is my error. Mark through that. There are minutes for approval. I kept trying to fix that yesterday, and every time I resaved it, it wouldn't fix it. So we do have minutes.
Okay, we do have minutes.
Yes, for July 28th.
Through them here real quick. Pass them around. Looks good to me. And Tina's already seen them, so Jim, when you look at them real quick. Do we have a motion to approve as submitted?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
If there are no additions or corrections, all in favor say aye.
Okay.
Opposed, same sign. The motion passes. Property reviews, current warnings and citations. Okay, 300 South Main Street.
That and 230 Palmer go together. She actually came into the town hall at the end of the month and just asked for some clarification. She states that the vehicles on her property actually get moved once a month, but they have mowed and the lot on Palmer's all been mowed. So as far as the mowing goes, everything's compliant.
Are the vehicles licensed and insured?
That I don't know.
Just moving them doesn't necessarily mean they're compliant.
I don't remember what she said on that. I don't think she did. But they did get it mowed.
We need to verify whether they're insured and licensed. Just because they're being moved doesn't mean it's compliant. Okay, let's see what we can find out, and we'll look at that again next month.
Okay.
400 North Main.
So, excuse me. The lien has been filed. I sent the letter after our last meeting to delineate on each parcel how much was supposed to go. That's all been taken care of. And according to our town attorney, I also can put him in Trex, and I did that today.
Okay, have we sent them a letter telling them that? Or do you think we should, or?
Part of the invoices, I believe, say that on there,
Okay,
but,
we have not heard anything back from them or any, no boo howdies, no nothing.
nope.
Do we want to make personal contact one time? Just to let them know?
If they've been notified by mail that the liens are gonna be in place and.
Because I noticed now there's a SUV sitting up on blocks out in the front. The front tires are up on blocks.
Yeah, that's an additional, what was there before, so.
Yeah.
They need to be aware that
I-
those gotta be gone.
I don't know if that vehicle is licensed or anything.
I don't know anything about the vehicle. I know Nick, our town attorney, said to send an updated invoice, a copy of the lien filing, and all of that to them, and that's been sent.
And that was sent certified.
I did not. Did I send it certified? No, I didn't send it certified.
Well, I think, yeah, personal contact would be good. Cause he's added more junk to the pile.
Why don't, you and I get together and let's figure out a time to go down there.
Okay.
110 Lincoln, grass and weeds. Notice was mailed on July 28th.
Yep, I mailed it out. Sorry, I'm doing minutes the same time Dwayne normally does this portion. It's been mowed, but I don't believe the owners mowed it. And the reason I'm saying that is the folks that just put the fence up there on the corner, the gentleman came in last week and asked me who owned the property because he was interested in buying it. And the price was okay, so I gave him all the contact information I had for all three LLCs and I let him know there's a lien on the property. that the LLCs are gonna have to take care of, so bear that in mind. But he said, if the price was right, he would be interested, and, I said, we just sent out letters because the property hasn't been mowed, and then it was mowed, so I'm almost positive he probably just mowed it. Which was great, but, I was super excited that he was like interested in buying it.
Yes,
What's the amount of liens
absolutely.
on the property?
On that one, I believe it's 12,000 and something because it was the cost of,
12, I think 12.4 kind of is the number that sticks in my mind.
for demolishing the house, plus like legal fees and mailings and all of that.
So did this Casa Rica, how did they get connected to it? Did they,
I don't know how they
They bought her at the tax sale, I believe.
was it tax sale?
Yeah, I
Okay.
believe it was bought at a tax sale.
we're talking about 110 Lincoln right now.
Okay, but
And-
it's not, yeah, it could be worth that to somebody to buy it.
Yeah. Let's continue to monitor that. And going back to 300 South Main, the vehicles and stuff, Dwayne, do you know if those vehicles are, I know she says moves them every once in a while. Do you know if they're licensed and insured?
No, I haven't been back that far on the property. There's no good access to it, so we'll take a look at it.
Okay. It's just because they're moving them doesn't mean they're in compliance. 115 Lincoln, which is part of the 400 North Main property owner.
We drove by there probably a week or so ago, and they had some folks with the garage door, because the garage is the one that's falling in, with the garage door up, and I don't know if they were moving things out of it or moving things into it, but it was the first time I had seen anybody out or the garage door up, so I don't know what's going on there.
We can talk to them about
Yeah.
that.
But it doesn't appear that there's any significant progress.
Yeah,
Hard to believe they could get a garage door up when
Yeah,
the
it's-
roof's falling in.
225 mil.
What did Mark Wynn say about that property?
I have not talked to Mark about that yet. That's because of the tree falling down on top of it.
Mhm.
And that's another issue,
which was,
225 mil.
The garage.
we have the trees there, but there's other stuff that's where the tree's not, that's starting to grow up and become overgrown and not looking,
I'm ready to tell.
I guess reverting back to the way it was.
I'm ready to tell the property owner to go ahead and move the tree off of his part of the property and fight it civilly as far as any kind of recovery for damages.
I mean, to me, I don't know that we've got the authority or should tell him to move it. I mean, it's, we should tell him that he's in violation. How he decides to take care of that should be up to his
Well,
own discretion. If we give him direction to do specific things, then
It would be-
we assume some kind of,
it would be at his discretion, knowing that because it's going on as long as it has, he needs to do something about it. And let's get it done. I'll try to talk to David tomorrow.
like I said, there's other spots on that property where the tree's not, they're starting to
Yeah.
grow up and become overgrown.
I noticed a couple of things the other day when I drove down past there, so,
And on their other property.
yeah.
Did they move the white car that was there?
That's
While
gone.
back,
Yeah,
that's-
that's.
Yeah, that
gone.
one is, then it's seems to be a round robin of,
He's a scrapper
Uh,
and he uses that lot to scrap the stuff out on.
I was looking for some other stuff on my computer today, and I came across a letter from 2018 that the town manager at that time sent to that property about how it looked, and they had meetings with them, and even Mark Wynn was down here, and that was in 2018.
Give me a copy of that letter.
yeah, and it addressed the scrapping,
Mhm.
because that property zone is residential, so
Yeah.
yeah, it shouldn't be,
not
that
as,
shouldn't be
not
happening.
as a business or a scrap yard.
Yeah, give me a copy of that letter. 300 Mill Street.
It's hard to even see anything back there now that leaves and stuff are on the trees and
It seems like it's gotten a little bit stagnant.
All right, I'll talk to the owner and see where he's at on it, because we haven't talked for a while. Two oh five Railroad,
I don't think anything's really changed there.
I thought the house, that when Mark came down, it was gonna have to live in that house. I know the neighbors, people in that neighborhood, I should say, told me that they think the house is being occupied right now because they watched a whole family of raccoons come in and out of the holes in the roof, so.
and I noticed this morning that the upstairs window on the west side is wide open. And with this inch and a half of rain that we got today, I'm sure that it got wet inside there.
Yeah, so I definitely say that house, from the outside appearance, looks like it's in significant disrepair and uninhabitable.
The back porch roof is falling down. I know Mark took pictures of that. I'll call Mark. See where he's at on it. 315 Railroad, grass clippings.
Letter was sent and I referenced the specific in the nuisance ordinance about the grass clippings. I don't know if it's been mowed since then to know, but so far it's compliant because there's not any grass clippings in the street.
Yeah.
Not all
Right
those,
now, the street's pretty clear.
yeah, all those properties are mowed up there. They look very nice.
And Matt, that reminds me about grass clippings. I need to talk to you about something after the meeting. 330 Railroad. Give me Henry's address. I want to talk to him personally.
He lives on our street.
Yeah, I know. When we go, I'll have you go with me because you're,
Okay,
a phone number if you have it too.
okay.
405 Railroad.
She continues, I mean, the progress isn't swift,
It's
but
slow, but there's continued
there's
progress.
continuing progress. I haven't talked to her in quite some time, but I mean, her property doesn't look bad.
Our roads looked about as good as it's been for a while.
Good.
435 Railroad.
All the visible stuff's cleaned out.
Yep.
You drive by there, it looks better than some of our other properties in town.
Just the garage that it's a Mark Wynn thing.
Is there anybody living there right now?
Yep,
Are they living there? Have we?
as far as I know,
I don't think so.
all the vehicles have been there, if they're not living there, they're there an awful lot.
Yeah, I think the son was living in Fort Wayne, the last we heard. They've been having some water issues in there. From our understanding, they weren't there permanently.
So in 205 Railroad, can Mark Lynn condemn that property since it's closed on the road?
I believe so. I believe so.
We've sent pictures to him.
Mark took pictures.
He took pictures. So yeah, we need to keep on that because it's only gonna get worse and worse.
If he condemns it and the property owner doesn't take it down,
We're back to 110 Lincoln.
we'll have to take it down, which is gonna be like 110 Lincoln and put a lien on their property.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
405 High Street.
it's mowed. They ended up putting a bunch of grass on the sidewalk and in the street when they mowed. It's probably one we need to monitor because I think we had the same issue last year.
We'll keep watching that one.
Is that the one on the corner of Bradford and, no, that's in the corner of
File.
File and High.
Yeah, that's that four square house
Yeah,
right there on the corner, across the street from all the cars.
yep.
400 East Shackley.
According to folks in town, they're fixing that up and moving back into it.
Okay, let's keep watching that. 435 East Shackley.
It's got some wood weeds around there, but it's not getting any worse, so it's better than what it has been.
What's it look? I haven't been through the alley lately. There was always some weeds back there in that corner in the alley.
No, there was stuff that looked like somebody cleaned out or whatever, but looks like the stuff that gets drug out there gets thrown away, so.
Uh, .410 East Shackley.
Looks better than it has.
Okay, let's keep watching it. Have we talked to anybody there yet? See what their plans are or anything
Where's that?
at 410 Shackley?
I mean, they came in, they brought up the big trash day and there's nothing. All the junk that was laying out there was cleaned up, so.
Okay.
This is like the second or third meeting we've had where it's not been an issue. We probably could mark it compliant.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. .855 Rainbow Road. Have we gotten any
Oh, my goodness.
updates on that?
I talked to the missus on that property on July 29th. Son has not been released to mow the property. Since our last meeting, we've gotten a complaint about the same property. It's down under new complaints, but it's all together about the junk vehicles on the property that you can see even with the tall grass. I let the owner know that, when I've talked to her, that we aren't going to keep extending about the mowing. At some point, we're gonna have to make a decision and that her property would be discussed today. I again offered that the town could fix it and we would bill her. And she said the town doesn't have the equipment to do it. I've not been on the property. She says something about it's been plowed into plots. So a regular mower can't do it. I don't know. She said she talked to her attorney but didn't think we could go on her property, and I let her know that we could, that we have talked to our attorney. We don't want to have to do that, but she needs to be coming up with another plan because we're continuing to get multiple complaints. She's not gotten anything about the cars, just the grass.
I could get a hay mower out there and mow it somehow.
Yeah, I don't know how her son mows it, and I figure we could find somebody if we had to mow it, but again, we'd have to bill them, they'd have to pay us.
And if 2 horses and a sickle mower came in there and mowed it down and then baled it up. It's to that height.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, it didn't happen overnight.
a bush hog or anything like that. A bush hog would be fine, one of them DL mowers or whatever they are. But to mow 4 acres, 3.5.
So at this point, she's only gotten a warning, they've only gotten a warning. She has been in communication with me 2 or 3 different times since she got the initial warning. We've not cited her yet. But they also it doesn't seem as though they're trying to find a alternative to get it resolved.
It's not fair to the neighbors.
Citation.
It just needs to be taken care of.
Citation.
It needs to be,
You agree with that, Jim?
yes, they need to be made provisions to get it cut. If they can't cut it, it needs to be cut by somebody.
So what you just, I'm sorry, I was reading.
Not,
We're
not fair to the neighbors.
gonna issue a citation.
Have we given them,
We haven't done a warning on the cars, just the grass, because the car is now a new warning. So I can,
here it talks about the grass and debris. Sorry, I was reading about the vehicles, because that's considered public health, can be considered a public health nuisance, I don't know. Yeah, mean, this isn't the first year this has been an issue out there either.
It needs to be correct.
So citation for grass, warning for the cars.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, because it says that, it talks about it being the vehicles, it talks in here in the ordinance that under junk vehicles that, in basically any parts of it, if any dismantled, left inoperable, doesn't have a current valid license plate, not kept in a garage or building. But it goes on to talk about that if, which has been left unattended for more than 30 days. It also talks about it being, like I said, inoperable. So it's just not having a current plate on it. It's,
And the
if the
last,
vehicle's inoperable, then it's still in violation.
and the last time I looked on GIS, just a few days ago, you can see them vehicles on the GIS aerial view. of the
Those,
property.
I think those vehicles were addressed 2.5 years ago
Yeah,
when I first started that.
let's send a warning to the cars, and then if we get no response by next month, we'll issue a citation for them.
So our equipment for the town, we don't have actual equipment that would be able to take care of her property if we were to have to mow
push
it.
all, but I don't think we have a Ford tractor. Definitely way overkill for that. Might have tearing more up.
So it may be something where we would have to hire a company to come in and do it.
And a bush hog would take 2 days to do the whole 3.5 acres. If I'm guessing right, does that sound about right?
If you got a decent tractor, you can go there and push all, get it done in a day, but I don't know how rough the ground is and stuff in there, if it's, chisel plow or.
Yeah, that's just it.
I think they talked about having some kind of plots in there, but we have no idea what.
The water, the plots, or they just,
I don't
where they dug
remember, I
a,
don't remember when it was plowed.
when a plot, went around with a plow and dug a trench, or,
I don't know. I don't understand what she's talking about when she says it.
I think by the ordinance, we can go and walk on the property and inspect, and there's nothing that,
I agree, a team of horses and a side mower would be ideal, but
yeah.
at least knock it down, because that's, that's the thing, that's just not 8 or 10 inches where it hadn't been mowed for a few weeks. I'm not sure if that's been touched
It hasn't been mowed all year.
all year, so.
That has not been mowed all year.
We at least went in and mowed a path to and around the hydrant that's in that location.
Yeah.
That's as far as what's going.
So according to Nick, if the homeowner refuses to take care of the property or the violations, and we have to go on, is there any legal, on the property, is there any legal concerns? As long as the abatement procedure in the nuisance ordinance is followed and there's no overreach during the abatement, then there are no legal concerns. It does not require a warrant. And if they were to show up causing conflict, then the police would be called, and that's a whole different issue. So we could go on the property and,
Yeah, because there's provisions for abatements in our ordinance.
Yep. So as long as we, they've got the warnings, they're getting the citation if they continue not to, I believe that once that goes in and they've been notified or whatever, then that goes to a daily fee.
after the initial citation,
After
they
the
get
initial
10 days,
citation, in 10 days, it goes to a daily violation.
which is what happened to 400 North Main.
Yeah. Let's get the citation for the grass and the warning for the cars, and in the back of our minds, find a way to get that mowed.
Every day when it's not monsooning out, so forth, I can take a walk and look through and see what.
I know he had, Dawn mow around the hydrant that's on the property, so the
Yeah.
fire department would have access to it, so we have done that and not charged them anything for that. That's more of a safety thing, in my opinion.
Or some that's in the right way, but still, it's
Yeah.
their responsibility.
125 East Line,
Looks like it's been mowed.
outside the fence, but behind in the alley, there's a lot of growth up against the fence and blocking the alley. I think that's one of the reasons I was told that the Republic truck is having problems getting around. and almost has to drive into the neighbor's yard, so it's not getting into that brush. Take a look, Matt, if you would take a look at that. That might be something, at least along the alley and the fence, that we can knock down. I know Don's pretty busy with his mowing and everything, but this might be something to help clear that out, so it makes the Republic truck get more easier access. If you try to drive through there, it's up over. You can almost gotta get clear against the edge with your car to get. And on this heavy rain we got this morning, I don't know if any of that fell down or not, so. But that house is in foreclosure. I do know that. I have not yet been able to find out who's holding the paper on that.
Which house is that?
Mike Schwartz's old house across from Andrews,
Oh.
the 2-story there
Yep,
is next to,
Next to the fountain.
yep.
next to the fountain, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Jim, with some of your contacts, you can find out who's holding the paper on that.
Oh, okay.
I know it's out of town. Somebody said something about California. That's one of the stories I heard.
By a mortgage company.
Yeah. But I don't want to look inside that fence, I'm afraid to. But like one young man said, when he was asked why he didn't mow the backyard, and he said, nobody can see the backyard. 455 East Line,
It's the building that sold, right?
it had,
Or in the process?
and it's for sale. I need to call Mark on that. But I know the building's for sale. That north wall is definitely unsafe. But that's gonna, it has been cleaned out, or some of it's been cleaned out. There was a dumpster back
Yeah,
there that
that's-
they were,
We talked to the folks that were load that dumpster, taking stuff out of there, and they said that the reason they were doing it is because the building's being sold, so
yeah,
it sounds like maybe it's a transition at some point.
it's
Oh,
being
good.
sold, but it's, one person said it's not sold yet, so. Okay. New complaints, 125 West Butcher,
That was a mowing issue and it's been mowed, so she's compliant now.
okay. Good. Has our Geneva Youth Group, have you talked to them about if they would be willing to go mow somebody's yard if it was needed?
There's a couple members of our youth council that have their own kind of on the side mowing business, so as far as the youth council doing it, we can't do that because it puts the underage or under 18 kids utilizing power equipment. So we shy away from doing that just from a liability standpoint. However, the kids that are in the youth council that have their own mowing business on the side for the summer job, we refer them to people.
Okay. So
Yeah,
that
they
is,
can do a traditional yard. I mean, obviously they couldn't do like a Rainbow Road kind of mowing, but
so there is an option there for property owners if they need their yard mowed
But
here
if-
in town, they can,
yeah, we've referred a couple people to, our members that have their own mowing summer job.
have them contact the town hall and then contact you, which,
They contact the town hall, they're gonna get he or I, and either one of us can do it.
okay,
And they do a good job.
because that's an option that I'm sure some of the people are not aware of.
I mean, they're gonna have to pay him for it.
Right. But it's still,
Yeah, because that's their business.
it's gonna be a lot cheaper than paying $100 fine.
It's probably gonna be a lot cheaper than hiring a landscaping company for them to come in and do it.
Yeah,
Any other business,
not for me.
committee comments? If none, motion to adjourn.
So we-